Hey guys, welcome back to another AQ World Infinity video. We are going to be covering a document that was released, I think it was 2 years ago, by a player known as Marcel. They also had help from Dino, Tika, Diagon, Lay, Snovers, Nihai, and Dominic and Arlette, who also contributed. The first suggestion is the game rating. Now, in AQ3D, it is rated T, and that is the rating that they would love to have for AQ World Infinity. It's very possible that it will. Next, we have screens. This is a login screen. Says, back then it was common to see different login screens every new release. It's nostalgic, simple, immersive, and the most important, it tells the player what's going on. And this is an idea right here of a concept of what it could look like, but that looks really great. Now, AQ3D does get the background changes and whatnot, so that would be great. An immersive loading screen. I've mentioned the game immersion, and I personally think that every region should have a personalized loading screen featuring its main NPC. Oh, according to the order they were presented. So that's an interesting idea. I'm not sure how that would pan out, really, but yeah, that would be interesting. So Doom would load, instead of just a random loading screen, it would actually pick it from that. Might be a lot harder to implement than we think, though. Character pages. Diagon has improved the character page design. The one features the game name and its emblem, which is totally customizable. It can also be opened by clicking a new function named Inspect, which would open it within the game. So here's an example of it. Now, we do have a new character page already, thanks to Diagon and others. The achievements. Players have to literally count in order to see how many badges they have by simply adding the number of achievements. That task would be made quickly. UI and HUD. It's been a long time. AQ Worlds hasn't received any graphical updates to its clients, so this section will be reserved for design improvement suggestions. Here's the inventory. And this is something that they are working on in AQ World Infinity, is a whole new thing for it. So it doesn't quite look like this, but it is definitely an improvement over what we have in AQ World. Friend list. AQ World's friend list, unfortunately, isn't properly sorted. Once you open it, you have to scroll down in order to find out who is on or isn't. I've made a quick fix which will always show people who are online first, and I believe that is already implemented. The character customization, and this is obviously something that is also going to be taking a look at, but gives an idea of the character customization for that. I like that face though, it's so funny. News pages. It would show the current server boost and also allow you to receive daily rewards. And then it would pop in. And this would actually be really, really handy, having something like this where everything is presented right away. Monster Inspect, having a simple button on the monster to open that window would be nice. I can see that being helpful for the wiki team and players to check in advance how many drops are left, maybe showing the drop rate. Whoa, that's really neat. So it actually, you've got the Champion of Chaos, and then it actually shows the drops and what the percentages are of the drops. That is really, really cool. I would absolutely love to see that in AQ World Infinity. House furniture, and this is very, very neat. Rotate the furniture, being able to rotate the thing. You've got to toggle the grid, move items with the arrow keys. I actually had a concept idea that I had mentioned in a previous video about how housing in AQ World Infinity could be. Largely, it comes down to layers. So there would be background layers. You could toggle the background layer, the foreground, the layer that you walk on. That way, if there is an item, let's say here, and you put it in the foreground, your character, no matter what you would do, that item would always stay in front of the character. The chat variety. The chat is the place where we establish our social relations with other players, whether they are guildmates, party members, alliance members, or literally everyone, area or global. This is a global. And then quick notes about the Alliance and Global. We would have to invite another guild leader to join the Alliance. Okay, so Alliances would be a merge between guilds, I'm assuming. The megaphone is a placeholder for any item that allows the players to shout out a server message. You can make that item obtained through daily logins or around 15 adventure coins in order to prevent spam. The most used feature within an MMO is the chat, so that'd be a great addiction. I think they mean addition. And that actually does sound pretty neat, to be able to have a server shout. That's kind of cool. Devs do have that ability, but interesting layout. The chat tabs, AQ World's chat panel, is actually a mess because it's not properly labeled, and we usually receive tons of error messages from combat, and that is a problem. So having a nice little layout, making it a little bit easier to follow, would definitely be nice. Awesome. Non-verbal interactions, emotes. Actually, people from MMO games have only one way to express themselves through non-verbal interaction, and it's emotes. Adding more animations would be incredible. Definitely would love that. Stickers. This is something I remember seeing a long time ago, and I still think that would be really freaking cool to have stickers that would appear over your head as another way to express yourself. And they said you could sell emoji packages. People would definitely buy stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely say they need to revisit this idea, because that's really neat. They could implement that into AQ World Infinity. Mentioning an item. By mentioning an existing item in the inventory, it would appear as a click. Oh, so you could actually click on it or tap on it. Once you click it, it displays the details about it. Oh, that is a neat idea. Now, I'm not sure how that would work for Infinity, seeing as how it'd be a mobile game as well. Opens up it's possible it could open up a URL to the wiki. Progression, level up. If it's something I do appreciate when playing RPGs, it's tracking the character progression and being rewarded by leveling up. It takes AQ Worlds as an example. If you're a new player, you only know what a guild is if someone tells you about it and teaches you how to create it, or if you search for tutorials. You can also find Elsa at Recruit, but that's not common. So there's a level up. Now you can create a guild. 10K, 5 new enhancements, new equips. That's a really nice layout, though. I like that. Unlocking new features such as guild creation or even PvP through it is one of the best ways to show characters that they exist. The leveling system would be more immersive and cohesive to the character progression. I think that's a really neat idea. Trade skills. What's a game without fishing? Does that sound familiar? Well, trade skills are the way players can have fun doing mini games while they develop skills on fishing, alchemy, blacksmithing, pet taming, and so on. That is something that I also enjoy doing. Other non-combat related stuff. Blacksmithing, if you would allow the player to craft their own enchantments and gems, which would provide more powers according to what they would have crafted. For example, by equipping a toxic gem to your weapon abilities, you would apply poison damage over time. Interesting idea. Pet leveling. This is also something that I had seen a long time ago that I was thinking that would be so cool to be able to actually level up your pet, and then it actually gains abilities, gains traits over time. I think that's a really cool idea. Guilds. So this is really, really big. I won't get into all the details, but we'll just go over it quickly. The stats, basically showing the overall stats of your guild. The roster, of course, who's online, their rank, and so on. The structure. This is the layout of the guild, including the guild halls and the features that are in it. The calendar, which would show events happening, so you'd be able to enter your own event so everybody could see it. The administration tools, this would be for those maintaining the guild. Then you've got the roster layout. So here's another example of it. And then you have your guild name right there. So nice. It looks very, very cool. You got a guild banner, and then there's your customization for it. And then your guild hall. So there we go. That is some of the suggestions given for AQ World and AQ World Infinity, and some of these suggestions are absolutely amazing. So I wanted to cover it and see what you guys thought of some of these suggestions. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, post a secret word, Dino, into the comments. Thanks for watching, and keep those swords swinging.